Ever scroll through social media on a Friday night, seeing pictures and videos of your friends living it up while you are chilling solo and suddenly you feel like lonely? Maybe you constantly feel the pressure to be out there, and it's so easy to get caught up in the fear of missing out trap, wondering if we are missing all the amazing things happening out there. If you can relate to that, the good news is that anyone can learn to enjoy being alone. And in this video, I'll share not just the benefits of being alone, but also some practical tips from my own experience and learnings to help you feel fulfilled during your me time. Unlike many people, I've always thrived on spending time alone, but I know for some it can be quite isolating. So my objective today is to share the keys to start loving being alone for everyone that have a hard time doing it and constantly needs to be surrounded by people. In this video, we will explore the meaning of loneliness and its varying impact on people depending on their type. We'll then explore the importance of social connections and how excessive socializing can also be detrimental. After that, we will explore the importance of being alone and also how complete isolation can negatively affect well-being. I'll then share a 3-step process and actionable steps to start embracing being by yourself. And finally, we will discuss how to strike a balance between socializing and being alone. We have a lot to unpack, so let's get started. We live in a hyper-connected world where we are a click away from friends, family, and even strangers on the other side of the globe. But here's the crazy thing about it. All these connections can sometimes feel extremely empty and make us feel even more alone. We scroll through social media feeds, watching perfect snapshots of everyone else's amazing lives. You know, you got this friend that always posts dream vacations on Instagram, the other one that posts fun parties, and the other one that always posts great professional achievements on LinkedIn. At the end of the day, it's extremely easy to fall into the comparison trap, and we start feeling like we're missing out on all the fun that everyone else is moving except us. And with time, I realized that our society is actually designed to place a big focus on being social and out there all the time. As if you were a weirdo if you don't go party and drink every weekend because you have goals to achieve and you need to focus on. I firmly believe that personal growth often involves solitude. Because as you grow, you may find yourself distancing from others. Your objectives and perspectives can change and your lifestyle may no longer align with theirs. Ultimately, being alone can be seen as something negative, weird, and to be avoided at all costs. But what if we flipped the script and make it the source of our happiness and development? What if being alone became a powerful strength, helping you gain insights on yourself and actually enhance the quality of your relationships? Before we dive in, I'd like to clear up a common confusion: being alone versus being lonely. Do you actually know the difference? Being alone simply means you're physically by yourself. No roommates, no co-workers around, just you and your thoughts. Now, being lonely is a different story. It's more the emotional feeling of isolation and disconnection from others. So one is physical and the other one is emotional. And to be honest, I have personally felt lonely in the middle of big crowds or even partying with friends. And I'm sure it happened to you as well. And here's the thing. How comfortable we feel with being alone can vary a lot. Introverts tend to gain energy from spending time on their own, and extroverts get their social batteries charged around people. So generally speaking, introverts do better when they're by themselves and extroverts do better when they're with people. And if you don't know which one you belong to, I invite you to ask yourself in what setting you feel the most comfortable and energized. Whenever you are with people or whenever you are by yourself. And here's the key takeaway. Regardless whether you're an introvert or extrovert, getting some me time can be incredibly beneficial. It's not about becoming a ghost and disappearing, but more so about recognizing the importance of taking care of the relationship with yourself and all the amazing things that come with it. Let's unpack the importance of interactions with others. Humans, we are social creatures, and as psychologist Abraham Maslow pointed out in his hierarchy of needs, feeling a sense of belonging, connection, and validation is crucial for our well-being. We need to share our experiences with others, express and share our emotions, and build relationships with others. That's actually what makes life rich and meaningful. You can have an amazing life and great experiences, but if you don't have anyone to share it with, is it actually worth it? It reminds me a few years ago when I embarked on a solo adventure to Italy. I spent a week immersed in history, art, and some seriously amazing gelato. And to be honest, it was one of the most resourcing things I've ever done for myself. And as much as I loved the freedom and self-discovery by myself, there were moments when loneliness hit. I was standing by beautiful monuments, but I had no one to share it with, and it felt a little bit frustrating. This trip to Italy taught me the value of solitude, but also the importance of having people to share your journey with. And neglecting social interactions on a consistent basis can lead to a variety of serious consequences like depression and anxiety, for example. It's important to understand that human beings are inherently social creatures, and the lack of social interaction can lead to feelings of isolation and loneliness. And to that extent, it is crucial to maintain a healthy balance of social interaction in our everyday lives. Now, is it good for you to be always on the move, socializing, and never having a moment for yourself? Well, not really. If you are consistently attending social events, spending time with friends, and interacting with others, you can also start feeling lonely and depressed, because this non-stop cycle of social interaction can be particularly draining. And when you're experiencing emotional burnout, you might find yourself feeling drained, as if all your energy was taken from you. When you start feeling that way, it makes it challenging for you to connect authentically with anyone. It's as if you were building an invisible barrier preventing you from truly engaging with others, leaving you feeling detached and disconnected from people. Now that we have stated the importance of socializing and interacting with others, and the consequences of too much socialization, let's explain why it is important to spend time alone. Just like social connection is important, so is the ability to spend quality time with ourselves. Remember, being alone is not the same as feeling lonely. It's about creating the space for self-reflection, personal growth, and exploring your inner world. And here are some of the amazing things that can thrive when you spend quality me time. Self-awareness. Alone time allows you to quiet your mind, observe your thoughts and emotions, and gain a deeper understanding of who you are. It is when I started doing solo trips that I discovered myself the most. Then personal growth. It is the perfect environment to explore your passions, interests, what drives you in life, and what you want to achieve. Then resilience, facing your thoughts and emotions by yourself instead of distracting yourself with social media or people builds resilience and self-confidence. When you learn how to face the deepest part of yourself, you become stronger. On a more practical way, it enhances problem solving. Sometimes the best solutions come when you are by yourself, going for a walk, for example. When you do that, your brain processes this information on a subconscious level, making it extremely effective to be creative and solve your challenges. Personally, I see solitude as a necessity. I need this quiet space to recharge my emotional batteries, process experiences, and become a more centered version of myself. But taking time to stay by yourself is not about shutting yourself away from the world. Just like over-socializing is not healthy and draining, staying lonely too much will make you feel depressed. And also, staying away from society for too long prevents you from building your people skills like communication and empathy, for example, that are so crucial to navigate society effectively. And last, if you stay away from people, you will never benefit from their perspective that can benefit you in the end. So it's all about finding that sweet spot between your social needs and your need for your self-discovery. Alright, so we've established that solitude is not the enemy, but a potential superpower. But how do we actually get there? How do we learn to love being alone? Well, it's a process, kind of like building a new muscle. Let me walk you through an evidence-based 3-step process I designed to help you learn to love being alone. Step 1, feel it, acknowledge the discomfort. The first step is acknowledging your feelings. Maybe being alone makes you feel anxious, restless, or even a little scared. Whatever the emotion is, that's okay. It's completely normal. So don't judge yourself for feeling this way. Just observe those emotions and understand where they are coming from. Step number 2, accept it. Embrace the power of me time. Instead of fighting the urge to connect with social media, for example, try to see it as an opportunity, a chance to reconnect with yourself, explore your interests, and maybe even discover some hidden strength you have. Step number 3, act upon it. Make me time a priority. That's the fun part, taking action. Start by scheduling some me time into your week, even if it's just like 15 minutes. There are tons of ways to spend this time, and here are some activities you can do solo. Meditation, whether you do it with an app or not, it's a great way to spend quality me time and build your self-awareness. Then journaling, write down your thoughts, feelings, and your dreams. I think it is the most powerful tool for self-reflection. Then solo hobbies. You can dive into a hobby you enjoy, whether it's reading, painting, playing chess, or anything else that sparks your creativity. Then even you can do solo dining. Don't be afraid to treat yourself and go to a restaurant by yourself. You might think, yes, but people will think I'm weird. Well, who cares? You might be surprised how much you enjoy it. Then gym and sports. Hit the gym or go for a run, for example. Exercise is the best way to boost your mood and energy levels. And my favorite one, solo trips. These might seem scary at first, but trust me, solo travel can be a truly transformative experience. I've done a couple in Europe and Canada, and those are the most transformative things I've ever done in my life. Now that you know what you can do during your solo time, let me give you actionable steps for starting this journey. Start small. Don't try to go out and isolate yourself for a weekend. Begin with short periods of alone time and maybe gradually increase the duration as you get more and more comfortable. Then reframe your mindset. Instead of hating being alone, focus on the positive aspects of it. You can view it as an opportunity for self-care, personal growth, and a chance to recharge. Then embrace discomfort. It's okay to feel a little awkward or uncomfortable at first. That's just your body and mind adjusting to this new routine. So accept feeling weird, but do it anyways. Last, celebrate small wins. It's so important to appreciate your progress, and that's something I personally struggle with, but I know how key it is. Every time you spend quality time with yourself, you're taking a step towards a more fulfilling relationship with yourself and others. Alright, so we've explored the power of being alone and why embracing me time can be a game changer. But here's the key takeaway, it's all about finding the balance. Humans are complex creators. We crave connection with others, yet we also need that space for self-reflection and personal growth. It is like a beautiful dance when you think about it. Strong social connections energize us, and solitude allows us to process experiences and come back to the world feeling centered and authentic. The number one key to finding your balance lies in listening to yourself. Some days you might crave social interaction, catching up with friends, attending events, or anything people related. And other days you might feel the pull towards a quiet evening with a good book, or a solo walk, or simply enjoying your own company at home. So experiment, try different things, listen to your intuition, and find that sweet spot where both your social needs and your need for solitude are met. I'll finish on a quote of Nikola Tesla: "Be alone, that is the secret of invention. Be alone, that is when ideas are born." I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe for more content like this and share your experience about solitude in the comments below. Until next time, take care.